Hello guys, so welcome to today's show. So my name is CHUKS and you're on GFL TV, the home of football. So if today is the first time we see our program, for you to bring you the latest Arsenal news updates as they drop all over the world. So for now, we'll start with today's news. Our Paul Merson will be one of Arsenal legends. Don't come as I want to talk about this Nketiah and Gabriel Jesus matter. So Baba can drop in your 2 cents for the matter. They talk say for the whole of EPL, mention one club where you play Nketiah as their number 9. Get without being immodest, without being as if you are maybe hating on Nketiah. Say just mention one club. No, let Arsenal if you take that kind of risk. Get say we need somebody else to cover for Gabriel Jesus. And say as in the talk now, nobody say in the hate on Nketiah or maybe not like the guy. Now the fact that the guy is very, very young to step into the shoes of Gabriel Jesus get like we need somebody else, a proven goal striker. So the guy that we talk to for me now, I feel say we don't overflog this Nketiah matter. Like we don't want to give the guy a chance. It just remind me of this Nigerian setting. They say if you want to go find work, they will talk say make it get like 20 years experience, make it get 10 years experience. How will you get that experience if you don't play in the first place? If you don't work for somebody in the first place, how will you get that experience? If everybody's looking for somebody with experience, where you want to go get that experience? That is the $1 million question I'm asking. Get so it is high time we give this guy a chance. At least try him out. Then if you don't come play well, then you can't say okay, you don't give it 10 matches on the flip now on the straight row and you don't do well, you come outside. The question was supposed to be talk now say we can't be playing only Nketiah as the only striker we'll get for Arsenal. Not the question of whether if it will cover his shoe or if you cover his shoe. How you go to know whether you go cover him if you don't give him a chance to try? That's where me I'm coming from. So I know they of the I know support that line of thought say he cannot cover, Try him first. You get trial, now you go tell no. If you don't try him, you know what? If they talk say okay, we've done the empirical testing, we've done everything, and he did not work out well. You get so if you tell me say okay, this guy alone cannot be the striker for Arsenal, I will buy that argument. So okay, we need to buy. You get so I don't know what to think about Paul Merson. They talk about Nketiah, say this guy cannot play as a number 9 for any other club in the EPL. And at the same time, Emmanuel Petit said they talked yesterday about Nketiah, say using Nketiah as a replacement for Gabriel Jesus, say no, if you give it the same result, so it's nothing. Now away from that, so Atletico Madrid don't slap £8 million on Joao Felix if anybody won't take him out on loan. So Atletico Madrid they tell Arsenal and Manchester United say you need to pay half of their financial fair play wages or money or fee we then get for Atletico Madrid. Pay half, which is about £8 million. I know say this guy now for Atletico, they are saying they collect £15 million per wages per year. Now they collect for Atletico Madrid. So and Atletico they talk say anybody who collects this Joao Felix, now the person will be responsible for his wages. Like you pay his wages in full, and this loan is going to be a loan without an obligation to buy, a loan without an option to buy. So I don't know that Arsenal they look towards that direction, like getting Joao Felix on loan from Atletico Madrid, and after the loan term you give him back. I think that would be a win-win situation for us because we feel no need the guy, because I don't see them feel no one seller. Maybe they will look say if we just repair their relationship with Joao Felix. I never know what it in their mind. And even the Mateta herself, I don't know whether the reason this loan deal is it going to be too much for them, is it going to be too cheap. But signing the Joao Felix a value, normal, it will raise our status, it will help us, it will bring another vibe for the dressing room, because the guy is a youngster and he'll be bringing something different to the dressing room. Well, we'll just watch, the monitor how everything they go now. This January, no fun. Our Shakhtar Donetsk don't identify Mikhailo Mudryk replacements, and the one use Botafogo winger, what they call Jeffino. Now the one is replaced Mikhailo Mudryk. So this one a good one. I say the one they contact the club, that Botafogo, make them know how much it will cost, and they contact the player campus. Well, it is a nice one. All this that say that they contact replacements, it just goes to show that they don't resign. So okay, this guy will leave because Arsenal don't open talks with them and the player camp. So we just to monitor all these things. Like I always talk, that's January. And don't forget say Shakhtar don't say they don't invite Mikhailo Mudryk, say make him report to the Antalya training camp by January 9. So I'm looking at that as like an indirect ultimatum. We just watch as everything they go. Now the Athletic don't come outside. They report say Saliba agents they very unhappy with Arsenal. Say the proposal where Arsenal give Saliba say they say it no make sense onto the salary level, salary side. Every other thing they okay with them, but they say the salary say it they very low. We don't really know the figure where they there. But I know say Saliba self they earn like Saka earn very low fee for his first initial contract when they with Arsenal. So now they did a bumper contract since he's one of the integral members of the team. So I don't know how much it be. But I don't say Arsenal will revise the contract because now negotiation it be now. So I will give you what I won't give you. Will say I don't like him, but I bet I may increase him. So we'll increase him or we'll say no, nothing increase. I don't get the money to pay. So we'll just watch and waiting they fuel this Saliba agents ego. Now the fact say people like PSG, people like Atletico Madrid, and yesterday Madrid self involved. So there's a scam Saliba. So that the reason say they would like to carry the guy, especially that PSG because normal Saliba na French player, so PSG like to carry those kind of French players. So you go feel say they are icons. You get somebody like an Mbappe. If not, be say French President Macron. Mbappe go don't come up for that place now. So that's what it is. Well, we'll just watch as they go. Howard Webb will be the new chief of the PGMOL. You get the referee board. So Baba don't come as I call it talk say he gets a new team where they want to implement for the EPL, EFL, and other places that they use the VAR for England. And that one be say the VAR communication between the VAR referee and the on-field referee, that communication that won't make them public, you get to aid transparency so that everybody go to hear waiting that VAR referee they tell the on-field referee because you see VAR and machine no they get error. The person they get error now the human being where they interpret what the aim they view for the machine. You get now them they get the human error, their interpretation, now their mistakes they did. So make everybody they watch, they see them in real time. They hear what that referee they tell the one with that because referee they ask if it talk say na goal on a red card, then waiting that one see for a monitor because the monitor everybody will see the monitor, see the lines and everything. But the speech, what you tell them, the interpretation, you tell him that it is not a goal, it is because of this or because of that, or you just told him, well, I don't know, it is 50-50. Go look for the monitor, go look by yourself. Me, you know what to have. I will give you all the angle. Just go look at. So all those things now to aid transparency, make it not be like a witch hunt, make it not be like say now a particular team, now a VAR no the favor. So more just watch, especially now we say the PGMOL don't come as I can admit say VAR made 6 crucial errors, erroneous errors. We make some people no collect full points for the matches where they play. And we hope so for this second stanza where you go like this now, those kind of errors will not repeat themselves again. My Arteta self don't come aside from media setting when you can praise William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes partnership. So Babaka they talk say these two don't play 14 games in between them and they don't keep 7 clean sheets. Now for the interview we do with Jamie Carragher, now you can mention this one because Carragher they talk about Saliba. So I think talk on the time say no be only Saliba, it gets now a partnership, it gets in with Gabriel Magalhaes. They did very good, and especially as 2 of them get very big heights. They are like towering giants. So now then they're responsible for everything they happen for Arsenal defense. One they very hot, as in a hot-headed, and Gabriel Magalhaes. The other one they very cool-headed. You get now perfect balance. And you know say Gabriel Magalhaes not too they pacey, but Saliba they very pacey. Like now perfect balance. I think I really go market select 2 of them, come merge them together, and it is what it is. Our Thierry Henry don't come aside. Can talk about Erling Haaland of Man City. And the reason I talk about this guy now because the guy they score goals for fun. You get this guy don't score 24 goals in all competition. And if you watch the match them play for the cup match them play against Liverpool, the guy bust net with head. You get so that's when they talk about prolific strikers. Strikers when you say if you create 10 chances, at least they go score 50% of those 10 chances. Now that kind of striker be Erling Haaland. So Henry they talk say this guy is going to be the first striker in the history of the EPL to score 6 goals in a match. And they see this guy say this guy go set that record. You get saying go do it. Now when you watch this Man City side, you will see there's a special relationship between Kevin De Bruyne and this Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland brings something different to the Man City side. That's why when they talk about say we need a target man, they talk about pressing. Now make I do comparison now Erling Haaland versus Gabriel Jesus. They will say Gabriel Jesus know the score, but they do pressing. The people where will they learn the pressing from? Where will they copy their blueprints? How many pressing now Erling Haaland they do? How many pressing is he doing? His sole responsibility is to put the ball at the back of the net, which is why he has scored 24 whooping goals in all competition. But we did there with the focus on our own player. We leave the goal scoring nature of a striker, a poacher. We leave him. When we focus on pressing, say yes, it's pressing. Why Erling Haaland know they do pressing? because you need to understand that there are 11 players. You know me say the Haaland know the mark ball. You know me say no the run, but he understands that his major role, the thing where they win competition for people, the thing where they give person 3 points, now goals. It is not by pressing. The rest of the team will sacrifice and do the pressing for you. Go and score. If they give you a chance, score. Yes. That's where the difference between Man City and us. Look at Man City now. In the past, now they have a target man there, and that's why they are crossing. That is why people like me now, we are advocates of getting a target man, getting somebody like a Marcus Thuram. That was why when Alexander Isak they available for Real Sociedad, I was like, Arsenal should get this guy because he's tall. He will give you that target man vibe that we did not have. All those crossing where we get from Kylian Mbappé, we were going begging because nobody to nod it to get. That is what Man City did now. If you mark them, say you want to do 10 men behind the ball, they go launch the ball, enter the box 18 because they have a tall man there, and we know it. 24 goals. How many goals did you say Haaland will score for Man City this season? This guy will score up to 40 goals. And imagine say an Haaland for Arsenal. How many goals this we don't score for this season when we created more than 110 chances and we scored 33 goals? How many goals did this Haaland will don't score for Arsenal because we are a chances creation side? What do they watch as since they go? Most times when I make analysis like this, people say, you don't like Gabriel Jesus. It's not like I don't like this guy. I love him more than you do. But sometimes you need to stare at reality and say things the way they are. Gabriel Jesus don't post one image for Instagram when you can post himself when they work out with crutches. So Baba talk say progressing. You get say in the progress very, very well. The recovery they go on as planned. So our prayer and make the guy everyone shock everybody come back before the 2 months so they say 9 go day out and he go shock everybody because Boko no lie, we go miss him because of the things he does. You get even though you know the score, he does a whole lot of other things. You get like he made like 5 assists or thereabouts. So he did try also. That's why when people they talk about Nketiah, they talk say we can't use Nketiah to fill up his shoes. That is why when they talk of squad depth, we don't really get squad depth. You get look at the Man City, remove an Haaland, you have a Julian Alvarez that won the World Cup. He won the World Cup. He played for Argentina, but you see him now in the language for Benjamin. What does that go to tell you? They have massive squad depth, something we don't have the luxury to do because we just start to buy now. Well, what the water generally go be, what we go buy. Our Jamie Carragher self don't come outside on the talk say Arsenal can only win the league if they spend big money in this January transfer window. So now your own opinion with that because you don't see Arsenal, you don't get the massive squad depth. You can't be competing against a Man City side and you are not spending money. You're not planning to recruit. You're not planning to invest in the squad. Throw money in there. Now money that they buy success. If you don't know now, look at Newcastle. Newcastle is going to shock everybody this season. And they see Newcastle breaking into the top 4 this season. At least they go Europe. European football as shola for them this season. So I don't know whether them Arteta said the reason all these things we need to buy and we need to spend big. You get most players waiting for some clubs where you want. The clubs may not want to sell them. The money go to bust everywhere. You get sometimes I like Man City style. They don't really price player. How much? You go there, they bust everywhere, but we are not Man City. We don't have deep pockets. So we try to manage the little money that we have. But at the end of the day, if we don't win the league, we don't hold them against Arteta. I'll say no trial and try all in best. You can't compare us and Man City. Get even if they're top 4, we will start from there. For those who know they are aware, so Saliba did 1 yellow card away from suspension. As Saliba did now, Saliba don't get 4 yellow cards. So 1 more is out for the next game. I know say we get like 5 important games a day now. We will play all those kind of West Ham, Brighton, Newcastle, Tottenham Hotspur, Manchester United, even Oxford for the FA Cup. They sandwiched after that Newcastle game. So all these matches now we will go fit play. So I don't know whether that Oxford game, if we get red card, if we get suspension, whether that Oxford game for FA Cup whether it go count. If you go count, if it makes sense, so after Newcastle just collect yellow card, they miss the Oxford one, they come back. I don't know how you go bisha. Now look at people like Saka and Ben White. They did 3 yellow cards, 2 more. They're out for 1 match. You get so I don't just know how all these things go affect our players. Well, we'll just watch. But they're very, very careful. And according to the EPL law, so if you don't play the first 19 games, any yellow card you don't get, if you never get up to 5 after the first 19 games, it go reset. So the 20th game, it go do on a clean slate. Everybody go do 0-0-0-0 yellow card moving forward. So if we don't play 14 now, so if you play the next 5 games, if they don't collect any yellow card, all their yellow cards will just reset. Somebody even they ask me say, Gabriel, since now we don't get 4 already, they wait for 1 to be 5. After 19 games, if still they injured now, it will reset. By the time it go come back, it will go back to 0. So that's what it is. David Moyes sef don come outside dey confirm say people like Mikel Antonio and Gianluca Scamacca wey be in strikers, they go dey missing in action. You get, so there be big doubts because they get ankle problem and calf problem. So we dey expect say they go put Jared Bowen, will be another senior man winger, computer for the striker, main play number 9 for them. Then they still get Maxwell Cornet who go play. They still get good players. And don't forget to Declan Rice still there. They still get players, yeah. But at the end of the day, for our home, we always lick there like a pot of soup. So we are expecting that history will continue to make his mark. You get, not before this on Boxing Day night history will come be broken. No. It is meant to be kept. So that's what we expect say it will be. So if you know what yesterday show, check the top left corner of your screen. You will see the thumbnail. Click and so that you get all Arsenal updates as they drop all over the world. So CHUKS signing out. Enjoy the rest of your day. I came out.